Now, for Jack, not really too much. That Pokestop in there is one way you can actually extend a lot of your turns. It is playing 2 in the list, so...
Yeah, the Turbo Lost Box lists have always been an interesting one, right? There's kind of 2 spots for the stadium. A lot of people started out with a beach court to help out with that retreating and such, but honestly, you know, when you think about it, you do want to spin the stop. You need to hit those pieces and really try and cause problems that way. So it's going to be Jesse going first. Starts with a Raikou V, just attaching energy. Not seeing much of excitement in the hand, though, especially going first. So it looks like it might just have to be... Oh, there was the Fleet-Footed already.
Yeah, Fleet-Footed drew a Lightning.
The third one in the hand. Pops down the path to the peak. He does have the Professor's Research. Obviously, can't use it this turn. So immediately over to Jack, basically being invited to go for, you know... Could you go for the Dragonite? It's a big ask, but at least you started with a Comfey.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to try to do it as fast as possible. We have seen the likes of Turbo Lost Zone box be able to pull that off, get that Mirage Gate, that 7 cards in the Lost Zone turn 1. It's going to take a lot. He needs a Colress Experiment in hand.
Well, he's got a Forest Sealstone. He's got a Nest Ball. He's got a Flower Select as well, so can start seeing some cards. A Switch Cart. It does have a Water Energy, so that could help. You know, there's definitely some pieces there, but getting to the Colress is going to be huge, right? I think the Colress is the most important piece. That is a Psych... I think, yeah, the Psychic Energy goes here. You need to Switch Cart. The big miss here, though, is no Battle VIP pass. And you really need that to try and accelerate, you know, get a couple free Comfeys out, you know, potentially the Radiant Greninja as well. Does know it's not in the prizes, but only getting to pick 1 here off the Nest Ball could be a real slowdown. I think, honestly, you might have to look for a V so that then you can get the Forest Sealstone going. There's the Dragonite, you know, and then you've just got to hit the absolute, you know, perfect set of cards off your Colress.
Maybe a couple Battle VIP pass, some switching effects for more Comfey, but there is that Forest Sealstone, that Star Alchemy grabbing that Colress's Experiment. That's step 1.
Yep. Well, we're at 1 in the Lost Zone, so we're you know, slower than he might like, but definitely on the right path. It's going to be going up to 3 after this Colress, but let's see. I think he has to just play it immediately. I don't think there's anything else he can do.
Battle VIP pass off this Colress would be spectacular.
Yep. 3, 4, 5. Let's have a look. Oh, there it is.
First card.
Yeah. So
had it all the time.
Yeah. Just needs to be mindful of what he's taking, right? If he's going to be accelerating, he's already used a Forest Sealstone, so that can go away, right? Doesn't need that anymore. You know, the other choice is sort of the sticky one. You've got to take the VIP pass. I think taking the Escape Rope doesn't hurt either. Yeah, Super Rod. You're not trying to play this game for too long, so you can get rid of the Super Rod.
And with this Battle VIP pass, usually you'd get something like a Comfey and a Radiant Greninja, but that path to the peak in play is going to shut down Radiant Greninja for the time being.
Yep. Oh, he's just going Cramorant. So I think knowing that he can get to 4 and just being able to hit the Raikou forces Jesse to find another Pokemon next turn. Obviously, he's got the Professor's Research that we know about, but you know, if you're not going to be able to hit 7, and he can't finish it off, right? Doesn't have the Vacuum. You know, probably needed to see a Vacuum there. Would be really important. Let's see, though. You know, what does he get? Oh, it's just another Nest Ball and the Sableye. So 7 is kind of out of reach now.
Nest Ball can okay, there's a Switch card. Okay, yeah,
he's got
a
Switch
little
cards
too
and Escape
short.
Rope.
Use the Escape Rope already. Oh, no, it has another one. Okay,
yeah,
so Nest Ball can grab a 3rd Comfey if Comfey finds Lost Vacuum, but again, you're needing Mirage Gate as well, and I don't think that's in the hand.
Yeah, no, he's looking at the Radiant Greninja here, maybe setting that up for a little bit later, accepting that it's not going to happen this turn, and probably just going to have to swing with a Cramorant.
Which is still fine. Jesse did not do much of anything on the previous turn. You kind of have to expect there's going to be a supporter coming from his hand.
Yep, well, there's the energy attached to the Comfey. He's going to switch card it.
And again, doing this so you can set up a free pivot for next turn, knowing almost for surely this Cramorant's going to get knocked out by this Raikou.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you've given him plenty of damage on the bench there. You know, not able to withstand that one. But Jesse just needs to make sure he hits another Pokemon or a way to search one out. Professor's Research gives him a good opportunity to do that as he gets to just discard that hand. Does, of course, give up a good amount. Yeah, I'm seeing Pokemon already, so not going to get caught short in this one.
Nest Ball to go along with Electric Generator, so could see some energy coming down on this bench.
Yep, we'll see what he's able to do. And my one concern, just going back to Jack for a moment while Jesse ruminates on what order and what Pokemon he wants to get, there's a lot of late game resources going away. The Sableye, the Super Rod, one of the Psychic Energies as well, was really reaching for it there, throwing away those late game resources, and they're not going to be available. So it's going to be a little lean on something like the Sableye, and may have to rely on Dragonites or Raikus of his own to be able to do that.
The one, I guess, good news is about this matchup, Sableye is not as good as some of your Pokemon V or even just Radiant Greninja. You're able to take a prize off of Flaffy and then put 90 damage on something like a Raikou so you can clean it up with a Spit Innocently later on.
Yep.
There is 4 Super Rod in the list as well, so losing the 1 isn't too bad, and these lists have kind of adapted to that, especially playing the Pokestop. You're going to mill a lot of cards that you kind of need to put back.
Yep. No, that makes sense. If you go stop, you do need a little bit more wiggle room. But a Miraidon EX making it down onto the field, able to get that energy acceleration going if he wants. Photon Blaster is going to be more than enough. Setting up another Raikou V as well. There's the electric generator, so it's all about getting it down and being able to cause some problems, but it's not going to be useful this time, whiffing on that one.
That is not what you want to see with this Miraidon deck. Electric Generator is probably the best and the worst card in your deck for a lot of these games.
Electric Generator giveth and Electric Generator taketh away, says the old saying from about 3 months ago. But, you're able to keep going. Of course, you're going to get the first prize of the game here just with the manual attachments onto the Raikou, so plenty to do. Yeah, there's the knockout, and get a prize, maybe something a little more useful in this one.
Now, Jack, having that Psychic Energy on the Comfey brings it to the active spot, so going to start out things pretty well here, already having that free pivot. Finds the Lost Vacuum, but it's a Water Energy to go along with it, and drew a Mirage Gate for the turn. Yeah,
he's got the Lost Vacuum, could kind of accelerate here. Probably be overkill as well to use the Dragonite onto this Raikou V. But if he has the Escape Rope, he can bring up one of these other Vs and use the power of that. He does have a Water Energy in hand as well. Maybe trying to be mindful of it too, right? You need the Vacuum to get rid of Path to the Peak if you want to start causing problems. So yeah, the Water Energy hits the Lost Zone. There's the Lost Vacuum. He's getting rid of the Manaphy. So up to 6, getting dangerously close here. But yeah, it does have the switching options. Particularly with the Escape Rope, just has to be mindful. If he does 2, then he's getting rid of the.
So you get rid of the Forest Seal Stone to put you up to 7, because if you got rid of the Path to the Peak, you're still at 6. This way you can use the Mirage Gate right away, and Mirage Gate with the Radiant Greninja. Moonlight Shuriken's going to be able to take the knockout on the Raikou V, but we're going charging up that Dragonite V instead. He's
got the other Water Energy in the hand, so all he needs to do now, he can save that Psychic Energy that he put on the Comfey too. Escape Rope one of these other, Pokemon up, the V or the EX that he's got waiting on the bench, and then he's leaving that Raikou V with the damage ready to get picked up by the Radiant Greninja a little bit later. So it looks like he's just going through this deck. Obviously, the Radiant Greninja isn't a big deal here. Does, of course, Clara as well. So being able to grab that Cramorant and can start causing problems that way. He is just going to Cramorant this time.
Cramorant does take the knockout on the Raikou V. You have that Dragonite set up on the bench right there. So pretty good turn from Jack. Able to take the knockout and apply a lot of pressure for the next following turns.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting himself in a solid spot, right? Like, whatever Jesse throws up here, he's already got the Dragonite ready to go. Yeah, he may take the Cramorant out again, but okay, well, I'm just going to swing back for 2 prizes. And this is where the deck is really, really moving. So just relying on this Dragonite probably needs to find maybe a little bit more. Ooh, that's looking real juicy for a Radiant Greninja as well. If you could find another Mirage Gate, potentially options to switch around too, could be very, very interesting here.
It always feels awkward having the Ultra Ball for your or for your Mareep when you have Miraidon EX and its tandem unit, but the Path to the Peak is still in play, shutting off all of those rule box abilities.
Yep, and Jack, I mean, I like him getting rid of the Forest Seal Stone, yes, to hit 7, but also to deny Jesse the tandem unit. So he's still kind of struggling a little bit here. Of course, no concealed cards, but I think Jack's fine with that trade, right? He didn't have a spare energy anyway. There's the switch card into the Mareep. Ooh, this could be really interesting with the Escape Rope potential as well. Jesse throwing up that 1 prizer, but it could just be a real quick swap. Ooh, not going to have the Escape Rope guaranteed as the Iono hits from Jesse.
It's going to allow Jesse to draw 5, Jack to draw 4. And Jesse needing electric generators to really get playing in this game. Does not find any off those 5 cards, though.
No, no electric generators. Does have a nest ball. Does have the Zapdos in hand. Could be trying to slow the game down by kind of offering the 1 prizes too if he's getting escape roped. So making sure he's got those available. That would slow Jack down significantly, but you know, also they're pretty weak and can just get picked off by Radiant. Like Mareep can get picked off by Radiant Greninja, and then you're putting damage down that is really hard to shake and could get caught by something like the Spit Innocently, or it certainly starts to add up.
And we see the Flying Pikachu V. This card has been included in Miraidon for a while now, just for that free retreat. It also has 190 HP, so it's a little bit harder for some decks like Lost Zone to be able to take a knockout in 1 hit compared to something that we've seen like Zeraora.
Yeah, there's the manual attach return. He just leaves the Mareep in the active. Let's see what he got. He's got a Lost Vacuum. He's got a Boss's Orders, a Pokestop, Nest Ball. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have the easy way to get this Cramorant out. Would sort of be struggling on that one a little bit, but could just spin the stop.
Oh, yeah.
And just hit a switch car or something of that nature. So I'm pretty sure this Dragonite, with the Boss's Orders too, is just guaranteed a knockout of its choosing. Just needs to make sure that he gets to the right spot. So let's see how he decides to go about this one.
Can actually be pretty oppressive too, being able to Boss's Orders that Raikou V with the energy on it already. Basically negating Jesse's entire turn previously.
Yep.
And not having access to a Flaffy, at least right now, is very bad. Looking at Jesse's hand, it's a Boss's Orders and a Miraidon EX. That's not attacking for a while.
Yeah, if he loses that manual energy attachment too, he's certainly going to be struggling. So does get rid of the Path to the Peak. That may help things out.
Oh,
he is spinning the
switch
stop.
Card.
Oh my goodness.
Draw 3, Pokemon Go. Switch card able to get the Cramorant out of the active spot, bring up that Dragonite V. Boss's Orders is going to bring up that Raikou most likely.
Yeah.
And with that, an easy knockout. Even getting rid of the Pokestop so Jesse cannot use it to draw out of this hand.
That's mean. He's not going to give him the option to find the generators. He's got the Boss's Orders lingering. He's going to go after the one with the energy. Makes a lot of sense. And he's just going to take the knockout there. So another 2 prizes for Jack. He is very far ahead right now.
If I was Jesse, honestly, I would most likely just consider going the next game, especially depending on the draw. With the draw being a Path to the Peak, there's not much that's going to be happening.
Yeah, he can tandem unit though, get some energy going, which is certainly going to help out. But the 2, where's the 2 going to get him? He doesn't have the 3rd one for a number of his attacks, right? Maybe relying on the Flying Pikachu V to try and slow the game down, but this is certainly an interesting one.
There's not even energy to try and attack with the Flying Pikachu V to paralyze the Dragonite V. It is just all bad news for Jesse.
Doesn't have a generator, does he? Yeah.
No. Path to the Peak, Boss's Orders, Miraidon EX. That is a hand for sure.
All right, what's he going to do? He's going to Boss's Orders the Radiant Greninja.
Path to the Peak, hope that it stops Jack from actually being able to do something. Brings up that Zapdos to the active just so you don't lose on the spot.
All right, what's he got in the hand? Yeah, he's got the stop as well.
Another Pokestop. It was from the prize cards. Do we see another switching effect? Mirage Gate, Escape Rope. Yeah, this is going to be it. Echoing Horn as well.
All right, I mean, Jesse could buy a turn, right, and just feed him a 1 prizer, but the Radiant Greninja, he doesn't have the energy. That's the only problem. But, the Dragonite could just cause problems here. He is able to get that out and just start attacking. Could also just swing with the Cram, right? Depending on what Jesse puts up.
Yeah.
He could just swing with the Cramorant and save the Dragonite for the final turn. So is he going to Lost Vacuum himself again?
And that's the benefit of Escape Rope is your opponent promotes their Pokemon first, then you promote. So you're able to just kind of react to what your opponent is going to do. With that Escape Rope, Cramorant comes to the active spot. You're going to be able to take a prize on that Mareep there. And Jesse is just hoping and praying. But again, this Pokestop is going to Lost Zone. No electric generators for you, Jesse.
Yeah, no electric generators. There's the knockout. And unless he can knock out this Dragonite the next turn, Jesse needs to be going to game 2.
How about another Boss's Orders?
Oh, that's going to help him. All right, he's tandem uning. He's getting some Pokemon. But look at all the energy in the deck. He's not able to get that out.
There's not even any lightning Pokemon to grab.
Yeah, he's out. I don't know what the tandem unit, the 2 extra Pokemon, not really helping him. It just doesn't have a way. We've only seen, 3 energy from him all game, and they're all manual attachments?
Yeah. This is the part of Miraidon where people say, oh no, I don't want to play Miraidon.
Yeah. Okay, boss's orders, Radiant Greninja. Okay.
You surely can't have another Pokestop.
Doesn't have a stop, but let's see what he's got in there.
Colress's experiment. All
Gets
right.
to dig, or he could just Mirage Gate too, right? Just shove a bunch of energy back in, just Mirage Gate 1 and retreat.
And with that energy, you can retreat, attack with the Dragonite, take the knockout on the Zapdos. Jesse's sitting pretty here, but knows there's plenty of time left. 35 minutes, just a little under, to go for the rest of this match. Jack up the first game with this Lost Zone toolbox.
Turbo Lost Box.
Turbo
really.
Lost
He did
Box,
turbo it. I mean, didn't get the turn 1-7, but was able to. Yeah, big issue for Jesse is the energy, right? It didn't have an option to get energy. I saw the Raichu come down.
Yeah, it's more just taking cards out of the deck so you can try to draw what you actually want.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Jesse's going to need to bounce back from that. Of course, does get his choice of going first or second, but Jack, I mean, that was a good turn 1. It was close, not quite able to get that knockout there. So just gotta be thinking, how are you going to circumnavigate that oppressive start from Jack?
So there are 3 rounds left, including this one, before our top 8. With Jesse sitting at 11-1, if you tie 3 times, that's 36 points. That should be enough to make it into the top 8 here. That could be in the back of Jesse's mind. Just, all right, well, I lost that game 1, but I still have a good shot at winning at least one of these games.
Yeah, I don't want to see a tie in this game. I definitely think when you're playing a Turbo Lost Box, you shouldn't be tying, right? Like, you either hit it or you don't, you know, and you've got to be prompt. You've got to be turbo. You've got to be making sure that every turn is valuable to you. So I'd be very shocked and a little bit surprised if this one went to a tie.
All right, Jesse's hand is much better.
Okay. Let's see the prizes. That's basically double super rod, so
2 energy as well.
Can't be liberal with them. That is, of course, one of his 2 lightning energies, and those are important resources when it comes to something like the Dragonite.
Speaking of lightning
energy, yeah, 3 of those chucked away for Jesse into the prizes. So, going to make those electric generators even harder to hit. He has forced Jack to go first, but Jack, getting the flower selecting, turn number 1, and then puts down the Dragonite, attaches the water energy to it, and passes.
That's scary. Not having another Comfey down on the bench against a deck like Miraidon that is very known for getting a turn 1 attack off.
Yeah.
The way you play this matchup against Lost Zone is you just need to attack every turn. If you don't, you're gonna fall behind. It's just a matter of time.
Yep. Well, the nest ball for Jesse is going in deck, trying to find some pieces. Probably going to have to grab, something that just helps him get established. I don't think the tandem unit would be the worst thing here, right? Just being able to go in, grab some more Pokemon. Yep, there he goes, taps it. Is able to grab some pieces. He's got the Raikou in hand, so probably doesn't need one of those. He's got the Raichu in hand. Could get another Mareep, maybe. Just try and flesh that out in case it does get taken down.
You never get 2 Mareeps against the Radiant
That's
Ninja.
true. Yeah, but, I mean, he's going to struggle to hit that 7 early on, especially with this setup.
Yeah, did find the Colress off the 1 flower selecting, so at least has access to that. But Tandem Unit maybe grabs the Zapdos here.
Yeah.
And the Flying Pikachu V for that free retreat option as well. Jesse's going to be able to play down the Raikou, has an electric generator in hand to go along with Pats of the Peak, and then has an option for supporters, Professor's Research or Judge. Judge could be insane here. Putting Jack down to 4 cards in hand, no Comfey in play if you hit off the electric generator. That could be Jesse's path to victory.
Honestly, that would force the early scoop, right? It's just not being able to play this one. So there's the Raikou from the hand. Zapdos, electric generator. Let's see it. 1, 2. Oh, we're actually getting hits now.
All right, we got 1. Was there another lightning in the hand, though? No. 3 in the prize card. Still missing a lightning energy, and this is going to put the supporter decision on Jesse. Still needs a way to get out of the active, too. Escape rope being prized. That means there's only 2 switch cart and an escape rope left in the deck to get out of that active spot.
I think it's got to be, I don't know. It's asking for the hand count, so he's at 6, right? Gets to remove another card from Jack's hand, one of which was his choice, too.
Yeah. To me, I think
it's just research numerically, right?
Yeah.
More cards.
More cards, because if you don't attack this turn and take the knockout on the Comfey, then you're going to be in a bad position if Jack does have Colress's Experiment.
Yeah.
But you could also just buy a couple turns if that judge does hit, but Flower Selecting will eventually get there.
Yeah, there's the Raichu V going down. There's a path to the peak.
Professor's
and
Research.
Yeah.
All right, looking for a switch cart off of this would be ideal.
An energy. A generator.
How about none of that? Wow, that hand
it
has the energy, but no way to get out of the active spot. Has the Squawk ability in hand, I believe, but the bench is full.
Yeah, no way to make that one work. This could be devastating for Jesse if he's not able to keep this one going. I mean, yeah, he's committing the energy onto the bench, so that Mareep's going to be stuck there in the active.
And honestly, having this Raichu V on the bench, it's not the best in this matchup, but outside of the Zapdos helping with the Miraidon EX, it's the only way to take a one-hit knockout on Dragonite V. But not having that bench space for the Squawk ability meant that turn stalled a little bit.
Well, there's the Flower Selecting, got rid of the Battle VIP Pass, easy call. Colress's Experiment.
Oh, there's no way to search for Pokemon in that hand.
I think there was a switch cart. Yeah, there's nothing. He's not getting another Comfey this turn. He'll get to 4, but he's not going to be able to get Cram.
There's a Nest Ball.
Oh, is there? See what he gets rid of. Escape Rope and Sableye. Okay. So he's got a Nest Ball. Could just cram into this Mareep.
You could. It's not what you want to do, but you might have to.
I think it's just, you got to do something, right? You've at least got the Colress's Experiment for next turn. You can save your Comfey so you can get another Flower Selecting in. That would take you up to the Magic 7 as well. And hopefully off that Colress you see the remaining pieces. So that's sort of where I think he's going to have to go, particularly because you know as well that Jesse has to be swinging with this Raikou. He has no way to try and fire back, so he could just, you knock out the Mareep with the Cramorant, the Raikou comes up, and then you just return fire with your Mirage Gate. And you just power up the Dragonite and go, ha 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 ha, and cause problems that way. The manual attach this turn does go down, so he's able to use that switch cart, get the Cram in, and make a lot of sense.
With that knockout, Jesse promotes the Flying Pikachu V with the free retreat. So now can pivot easily to that Raikou if you want.
Yeah, I mean, you can pivot to it, but, that would be all his energy on the board, probably getting knocked off. Of course, you need to go... Let's just assume the Cramorant goes down. Pretty easy knockout. Yeah. You're going to be able to keep up on the prize race. But then you go, okay, Cramorant's down. I'll just pop the Comfey up, Flower Selecting, Colress's Experiment, and all you need at that point, you don't even need a switch card, right? And then all you need to see in those, you'll see 7 cards. You just need to see a Mirage Gate.
Which is already in hand, I believe.
Oh, okay. So then he's just able to swing back for 2 knockouts here. All right. 2 prizes.
Jesse does have a boss's orders. Bosses up the Comfey. That normally would be pretty good here, and it will keep Jack off of the 7 without something like Lost Vacuum. There is a Lost Vacuum in hand, but no targets for it. So Jack's going to need to find something like a Forest Seal Stone or Pokestop to... Okay, Forest Seal Stone off the top.
Ridiculous.
That's what you want to see for Jack and this Lost Zone box here.
Well, he's got the Colress. That'll take him to 6, and then he can Lost Vacuum, and he's easily at 7.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. But no, Forest Seal Stone's great.
Yeah, there's the top deck announcement. The Forest Seal Stone obviously helping him with any missing pieces. Let's see the Colress's Experiment. He's able to see, that's actually, this could be really sticky for him because that Lightning Energy, I think he has to take it. If he knows the other one's prized, he has to attach it and Mirage Gate for 1 right here. But the Raikou and the Comfey hitting that side of things. Yeah, he has to attach this one and then just Mirage Gate for the remaining missing water. He does have the Pokestop. He's definitely got options. So he's going to spin the stop. There's a Mirage Gate, a Hisuian Heavy Ball, and a Mirage Gate.
All right, calm down, Jack.
That's a little bit silly, isn't it?
It's the first round for us today. We're hoping to take it easy here.
Yeah, well, there he is going to look at his remaining prizes with the Hisuian Heavy Ball. He does get confirmation as well, if he was maybe missing the count, of the Lightning Energy being in there. So he now knows he's got to attach this one, got a Mirage Gate for 1. Forest Seal Stone is available if there's something he wants. But right now, does he really need it?
Pokemon,
yeah.
Ever Forest Seal Stone for a Nest Ball to get
no. Let's see what he gets.
Or something.
Let's see what he gets. I mean, he knows the Sableye's in there. The
Radiant Greninja is a good target for it as well.
Yeah. Does have the a basic energy, so he can kind of keep drawing as well. Basic energy that he can throw away here in that psychic. And maybe see some super odds. You can always get them back a little bit later. So yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense to grab this and maybe dig a little bit more. Just keep on going. But he doesn't really need the comp phase right now. They've kind of got him to the 7. Yes, he needs to push to 10 at some point. But probably able to do a little bit of work with the Dragonite right now. And also the thin bench, if Jesse does set up another Raikou, would, be nice and limiting, should we say.
All right, so we do see the Lightning getting discarded. This means you're just going to Super Rod before the Mirage Gate here.
Yeah, he has to put that back in just to make sure it's available and get the maximum use of Mirage Gate.
Which is good, because you can put back the Comfey that got knocked out, the Psychic Energy as well. So,
yep.
Still going to be using the Super Rod anyway. Might as well get maximum value for it. Get those 2 free cards in hand thanks to that concealed cards.
Yeah, no, I'm good with that. There's the Lost Vacuum, so what do we...
Every card in there is pretty good. Maybe the Pal Pad?
Yeah, I think the Pal Pad makes sense. Because you've only got Colruses in there, but I don't know. You need another Colrus at some point, right?
No. Yeah, Switch card's probably not as good either with no Comfey in play.
Oh, he does get rid of his own stop as well, so...
Just another Colrus will do it.
That's up to 8. Yeah, there's the Mirage Gate. He knows they're in there. He's put them in himself. Just needs the water and the lightning. That goes down, and this Raikou is going to be felled. There's the Pal Pad, actually, right away. So to make sure he hits that next Colrus, he's just throwing them back in the deck.
And with this Dragonite fully powered up, knocks out anything in Jesse's deck, sans a Bravery Charm. And Jack is looking to close out these last few prizes with this Dragonite V.
Yeah, this is going to be big. And I mean, Jack kind of has the same play available next turn, right? Can throw away some energy, just pop it back in with the Super Rod, maybe throw it away with the concealed cards, pop back in the Super Rod, and then go grab it with the Mirage Gate as well. So plenty of plays available here, but there is the Dragonite V just taking a quick 2 prizes at the expense of that Raikou, which has been trying to stick around for quite some time.
Jesse draws a second Flaffy, and with no Mareep in play, that is not going to be helpful. No access to Dynamotor for this turn. Is forced to Arven for an Electric Generator, and possibly a 4 Sealstone, just so you can find another Electric Generator to give yourself a better chance at charging something up this turn. Granted, if Jesse hits 2 to 3 energy on that Miraidon, and then has an energy or had the 3, with that Zapdos, is able to take the 1-hit knockout on Dragonite V.
Yeah, makes the number absolutely spot on, so that could be really, really big for him here. But, then what can he fire back with, and can he just put the Dragonite V back in with that Super Rod and potentially just get it set back up? That's the big issue, though, is setting it back up, making sure he sees cards. He's got concealed cards to try and dig through stuff, so plenty of options. Photon Blaster will get it there, so just going in, seeing what's in there. Don't think he's taking anything off that tandem unit. But you're right, it's got to be an Electric Generator hits, and, he's got to be able to get to 3, because otherwise this Dragonite's going to be sticking around.
And it's unfortunate, too, looking at the hand of all Pokemon, Jesse really can't play down that Mareep.
2. Oh, that's 1. Just the 1.
Needed. Really needed 2 right there. Now is forced to force Sealstone here and search for another Electric Generator. I guess you can...
He doesn't even have the energy in hand, so he has to hit like a double here.
Yep. And there it is, Electric Generator. This is going to be huge for Jesse, our first seed in this tournament right now.
Yeah, top of the standings, and really needs just a little bit more out of these Electric Generators. They've been a little bit underwhelming all game, so let's see if he's able to pull it off. Of course, this cut could be big in this game. See what he cuts into. Electric Generator, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh,
no shot.
Just the 1 with no energy in hand. This Miraidon is not going to be able to attack this turn unless he has a way to refresh the hand, which he doesn't because the Arven was already played this turn.
Yeah, I believe Jesse's hand is 6 Pokemon.
Okay.
So not really doing much there, and this is where not having access to that Dynamotor is hurting so much. You can't even bench the Mareep down because it gives that last prize to Jack so easily.
Yeah, I mean, we know what's in Jack's hand, right? He does go for that Mareep, so trying to set that up for a little bit later, but you have to imagine the energy is going to start hitting the discard pretty soon. If he's not able to get the attack off, we know that Jack also has that boss's orders in hand.
Oh, that is right.
So
oh,
he could
wow.
just pull up the Miraidon and just cause problems. Up goes the Zapdos. He's throwing him. Oh, thinking about it. He's trying to throw him.
But you need the Zapdos to take the knockout on the Dragonite V. You need the Mareep and Dynamotor to charge up the Miraidon. But honestly, I think the game is going to end as soon as Jack plays that boss's orders, having everything needed in hand without any Comfey in play.
Yeah, and he's at some point as well, you have to imagine, there's the concealed cards, see what he gets. He's got the Colress and an escape rope. Does probably just want to boss that up this turn and, you know, just start to cause problems. Let's see. There's the boss. Yep. And all of that set up, all
and
of those.
With that is game. Jack Carter wins against Jesse Parker, going on to 11-1-1 here, trying to finish up the match points to make it into top 8. 34 match points. That's not safe.
No, that's not. He needs to go a little bit further, but honestly, that was flawless play from the side of Jack. I mean, he got every card he needed pretty much every time. Maybe a little bit behind early on for a turbo list, but Jesse also had a couple of slower starts, and he was definitely able to get punished. I mean, we didn't see a single Flaffy in that game, so, you know, we didn't get to look at, you know, some of these big plays where you charge things up. You get a little more wiggle room on the electric generators. Not able to get there, so from first seed, not able to keep converting that, but still has a couple more rounds today to try and do it.
It is really just 3 win-ins in a row. Lost the first one now, but here is game 1. Jack had the Pokestop, flips that switch cart so you can get that Dragonite V into the active spot. Pokestop really MVP of that first game, drawing 6 cards. Boss's orders, taking the knockout on that Raikou V, and it was just the beginning of the end right there.
Yeah, every time he tried to set something up, it was just getting knocked out, getting felled. There's those big Pokestops, the Mirage Gate as well, if he wants to set something else up. And just, yeah, able to get that energy down onto the Radiant Greninja and get that out the active, take his last prize.
In that first game, Jesse hit 0 energy on the generators that he played. And this second game, hitting just 1 off of 2 each time. There's that Cramorant taking the knockout on the Mareep. Pokestop yet again, spinning that top, getting 3 cards again. That's 9 cards from that stadium. And you can see Jesse's face there, just not having a good time. There's that boss's orders, brings up the Miraidon EX to take the victory. No energy in play for Jesse means you're not really going to be able to deal some damage.
Yeah, no energy in play, and you've used your generators. They're not being very useful. I think if he hits, you know, something a little bit more, then he's able to start swinging back. He's able to take the knockout on the Dragonite, and that would be huge in slowing Jack down. But no, the turbo list certainly turboed through that game.
Yeah,
two games in about 30 minutes.
Well, Jesse likes fast decks, but when you're playing against a turbo deck that's a little bit faster than you, when you're not really having the best of luck, it's a little rough.
I don't think that's what he meant when he said he likes fast decks. I think the caveat is it's like he likes to play fast decks, not he likes to play against them when they go faster than him. So I think that's something that